This week, we're learning an amazing and extremely impossible trick that you guys have been asking about for a very long time, and it's finally here. Let's go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and this week I have a really exciting tutorial for you guys. The trick we're learning today is something that I love so much, that I believe in so much, that it's actually in my professional virtual show. I'm very selective over the material that I put in my show. It has to be really impossible, but very to the point and simple. And this has just been slaughtering in my show. In fact, I did it for you guys on one of my live streams a couple of weeks ago, and the reaction was phenomenal, and a whole bunch of you asked for a tutorial, so here it is, the full explanation. Now, of course, before I teach anything, I want you guys to see the performance. So here is a clip straight out of my virtual show. Enjoy. I'm gonna use this deck of cards. I will mix these up and I wanna show them to you. Are they all different, Sydney? You could see that?
Yes.
Great. And you saw me mix, but I want you to really make sure that completely mixed. And I also want you to see this, Sydney. Do you see that all the backs of these cards are all 100% red? Yes?
Yes.
Wonderful. So here's what's gonna happen, Sydney. In a moment, you're gonna choose not just one, but two cards. And we're gonna do this very fairly. I'm gonna go through the cards one at a time like this. I want you to say the word stop exactly when you want.
Stop.
Right there?
Yeah.
You wanna keep going, or is that exactly where?
That's where I want it.
Great, that's where you said stop, and I'll give you the next one as well. So that's two cards from where you said stop, and once again, all the cards are different. Sydney, I want you to remember the first one. I'll look away, I'll close my eyes. I don't have any monitors or anything like that on that side. I'll show it to you like this. Can you remember that one, Sydney? Do you see it?
Oh, yes, I can.
You can? And can you remember that?
Yes.
Okay, keep that one in your mind. I'm not going to look at that one. I'm just going to put it somewhere in the middle of the deck and give the cards a cut. This one, it's okay if I see it. We're all going to see it. It's the 8 of diamonds. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Excellent. 8 of diamonds, red back. That's very important. Sydney, I'm going to make this very unique. Name any word, a name, a word, anything you want. I'm going to write it down to make it unique.
Garnet.
Garnet?
Yeah.
G-A-R?
Yeah.
N-E-T?
Yes.
Garnet. There's no way I could have possibly known you were going to say that. So that's completely random. The 8 of diamonds says garnet. Can you see that?
Yes.
One of a kind, 8 of diamonds. I'm going to put that one in the middle of the deck as well. Very fair, like this. You could see that going in the middle. And once again, very important, every single card is 100% red. Both your cards are mixed up. One of them I don't know. The other one is very unique. I'm going to give the cards a bit of a mix. And as I promised, Sydney, I'm going to show you something incredibly impossible. Check this out. If I just give one snap over the deck, just like before, I told you I could change the settings of the cards, and one card this time purposely becomes blue. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Now, Sydney, I don't even know what your first card was because you never said it to me. What was the first card, the one I never saw?
It was a 7 of clubs.
7 of clubs.
Wow.
Is blue. But Sydney, here's the thing. You guys are smart. A lot of people watching this are smart. They'll say, oh, he had a second 7 of clubs that was blue and he hit it and somehow he manipulated her. But here's the crazy thing. The other card that you chose, the 8 of diamonds, the one you signed,
yeah,
that one's unique. I can't have 2 of that one. There's just one. So check this out. Once again, I'm going to snap my fingers and there's going to be one blue card and that's going to be your signed card.
Okay.
Impossible, I know. Check it out. If I just snap, just like that, as I said, only one blue card. I know you don't see it in the deck because that's the only blue card. A moment ago, that was a 7 of clubs.
Yeah.
Not only is it not anymore, but Sydney, that is your signed 8 of diamonds.
Wow.
And that is just one card. If you were here, I would hand this to you, Sydney, but you're not, so I'm going to give you a virtual high five. Give me one of these. Bam! There it was. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So when I was very young, I learned an incredible magic trick, which is called Red Hot Mama or Chicago Opener. I've heard it been called both. My history on this is a little bit shaky because it's very old, and I've heard a lot of magicians credit a guy called Al Leach, and a lot of magicians credit a guy called Jim Ryan. But like I said, it's very old, and a lot of magicians have worked on it since, but the fact remains it's an incredible trick. But at some point I wanted a version where I put that card, that last card, in the spectator's hand and they sign it on the table, on their hand. I really wanted a visual, clear visual moment in their head where it's 100% red and then it turns to blue, or vice versa. So I came up with this version that I'm very proud of, and I am now going to share that with you. Now, before we jump into the explanation, I want to take a minute to thank my sponsors for this video. I'm really excited to work with these guys because I believe in what they're doing, I love what they're offering you guys, and I'm gonna use it myself, and they are called SKILLSHare. SKILLSHare is an online learning community for creative people just like us, where millions come together to take their creativity to the next level. They offer thousands of classes for all kinds of really cool stuff like photography, film and video, animation, creative writing. Honestly guys, the list goes on, and it's geared for learning and growing for all skill levels, which means there's no ads and they're always adding new content. Look, you guys come to my channel to learn magic and grow your creative knowledge and skills, and that's exactly what these guys are doing for you. In fact, for a limited time, if you click the link in my description, you will instantly get a completely free trial and gain access to all their premium classes for free. It would be crazy not to do it. I know I'm gonna sign up for the photography class because I'm really interested in that. Let me know in the comments which classes interest you and you could thank me later. Anyway, speaking of learning awesome stuff, let's go right to the tutorial. So your secret weapon is this. So notice how that looks like a 3 of diamonds, and it can be handled, it can be given to the spectator, it can be placed on the table, and that looks like a red-backed 3 of diamonds, except for it's not. It's a blue 3 of diamonds with a red card hugging it, stuck to it, to make it look red. So now I'm going to show you exactly how to make this, and at the end of the video I'll show you a version where you don't need the gimmick. You could do it with normal cards, but I don't think that it's anywhere near as strong or as impossible as this. So the one-time preparation for your secret gimmick is as followed. You're going to grab one red-backed card, it doesn't matter what it is, and then you're gonna grab any other playing card. Doesn't matter if it's red back, blue back, green back, it could be from an old deck. You're gonna destroy it, so it doesn't matter. And here's what you're gonna do to that card. You're going to cut it exactly like this. So I grabbed some scissors and I made a small cut there, and then I trimmed that very small, as you could see, a very thin piece there, a very thin piece here, there, and there. So basically I just kept the corners intact. So that's what that looks like. And finally, you're going to need my very good friend, Easy Tack. So this is something I've talked about in a lot of my tutorials. This is a magician's dream. It's a spray that makes cards sticky, so they stick together really well, but they're also really easy to separate in a very sneaky way. And you're gonna see how I do that in this case. Again, at the end of the video, I'll show you a way to do this without the glue, but it's not as strong at all. So once you have your cutout, like this, you're gonna place it on top of a card, like that. Well, the red card that you had, like this, and you're gonna line up the corners. That's really hard to see, but basically what that's doing is it's making 2 thin L's, one there and one there. And you're gonna set this down on a surface, and you're gonna grab your spray. And I know a lot of you already got the spray because you guys have been writing to me about this, so I'm glad you're using it. And from about a foot away, you're just gonna give that a good spray. And what that's gonna end up doing is now my Queen of Spades over here has a thin layer of glue there on the edge, along the edge, and here, and here, and here. And that's all the glue. There's nothing in the center. And this is a really clever way to do what you're about to see. Now, if you grab a random blue card from another deck, and you're gonna need that for this trick. So I have a blue deck that, you know, every time I do the trick, I just grab a random card from that deck, and you place it across, and you just slide your fingers along the edges, like this. Now we have a card that 100% looks like a red card. A spectator can handle this. It's not separating anywhere. It's all really like closely stuck, and a spectator can hold this in their hand while they sign it. They can manipulate it on the table, but when you're ready, that's actually a blue card. Okay, now let's go through the sequence of the trick step by step. So this is my 3 of diamonds. That's my prepared card. And normally I keep this separate in the box till I'm ready to do the trick. I put the cards away in the box, that gets added on top. Now it comes out and I'm ready to go. So I start by showing them that all the cards are different like this. I go, look, totally normal deck, nothing wrong with it. Now I'm gonna shuffle that card to the bottom. So quite simply, my thumb peels it off like this and I shuffle the rest of the cards on top. Now the card is at the bottom. Now we're gonna use a really, really clever force that you could use outside of this as well. It's a move I came up with when I want 2 cards chosen, but one of them I have to influence that choice and make sure they pick, in this case, the 3 of diamonds. Here's what it looks like. And again, you can use this for any other trick you want. So I spread through the cards and say in a moment you're gonna choose one. And as I do that, what I do is my pinky, just as I get to that last card, my pinky stays above it. And when I close the deck, my pinky is on top of that one card. Well, the 2 cards stuck, the 3 of diamonds. So that's really casual. I spread like this and I say, in a moment you're gonna choose a card, and as I come back, I've kept my pinky right there. Now I transfer to my right hand and my right thumb takes over that break. So quite simply, as I pass the deck over, my thumb holds that opening. Now I cut some cards over, and here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take cards one at a time like this till they say stop, and I want them to see how extraordinarily fair this is. They say stop. I go right there, and look how fair that looks. And I drop the card. Now, psychologically, what happens is the fairness of that drops their guards for a sec, because here's what I say. I say, there's the card you stopped me at, but I'm also gonna give you the next one. And I give them that. But that's the 3 of diamonds. Because what I did is, as I pointed to the next card, so I gave them that one, I say, I'm gonna give you the next one as well. I come over, my thumb drops that 3 of diamonds, and I move back a little and I say, and I'm gonna give you the next one as well. So to them, it looks like they said stop, and I handed them the 2 cards. Now you show them the first card they chose. It doesn't matter what this is, they legitimately chose it, you don't know what it is, and you show it to them or they pick it up and they look at it, 5 of diamonds. Now you're gonna have them put this back. So you say, go ahead and put it back. So they put it here. And I used a very simple cut control. As I close it, my pinky stays on top of that 5, like this. They can't see that. And I'm gonna cut a few times, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut some cards like this, some cards like that. Then I cut everything from that opening like this, and then I drop all of these on top. So that brings the 5 of diamonds to the top. There are countless ways to bring a card to the top. You can use any method you like. Now the first card is already on top. The second card, I know what it is. I forced it, it's the 3 of diamonds. But I turn it around and I look at it, or if it's not virtual, you don't even have to do that. You could give them the pen, turn around, and they sign it. You can put this in their hands. Most spectators don't know the thickness of a card, but I like to just put it on the table like this and have them sign it. So let's say they sign it, Spidey. Now, look how fair this is. I'm going to, I don't even know if this exists in any other card trick, because the fact that it splits is going to be the starting point of the trick. So you can legitimately put this anywhere in the deck. Actually, it needs to be in the bottom half. But you can legitimately put it in there, show your hands, close it up, push it in. It doesn't matter where it went. You're gonna grab the deck now and you're gonna give it a Pharaoh shuffle. Doesn't matter if your Pharaoh shuffle isn't great, mine isn't either, but here's what that means. The card is somewhere in that bottom half. You're gonna pick up, so notice how my left hand is holding it from above. The right hand is gonna take a bunch of cards like this, half the deck, so their card is somewhere in here. And I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna weave like this. So the corner hits here, and as I go back and forth, the cards split like this. Now what's important is the following. The top card here has to remain the top card, because if you do this, you're gonna ruin it. That's the first card they chose. So your weave has to be like this, so their card ends up on top. The other thing that's happening is because of that weave and because we didn't spray the corner of that card, a card went into that corner, and now as you square it up, it's separating that selection, that blue card. That gimmick is being separated now because of that shuffle, goes in and it splits it. This is really sneaky. Now you want to give it a tight squeeze at the end to square everything up, because now the glue has left and is gluing onto a different card. Now watch what happens when I spread. There's a blue card, because that weaving separated from the corner the card that was stuck to it. So the shuffle is the trick. I take it out, I close the cards, and as I show this, my left hand pushes one card over and gets the pinky under it like this. Now you bring this back, you say, what was the first card, the one I never saw? They say it was the 5 of diamonds. Now that you have the pinky under the 2 cards like this, you're going to turn them both over and do something called a double lift or double turnover. Now if you don't know what that is, I'll leave a link in the description to where you could learn the best way to do this. But in essence, your index is coming over, pinching that card, and turning 2 cards at the same time to show the 5 of diamonds. That's 2 cards, both selections. So now they see the first card, give that a moment, then turn it over and set it down. Now you're about to hit them with 2 punches in one moment. That's gonna change, and on top of it, it's gonna become the card that they saw the back of. That is so impossible. So again, you could go back to the presentation to see what I say, but I say the only blue card I see here is that one, and that not only is that no longer the 5 of diamonds, but that is your signed 3 of diamonds. And guys, that is one of the strongest moments you can offer to your audience. Now, when all is said and done, here's how you reset the trick. I can already see where the gimmick is because it's thicker, because it went and caught another card. It stuck to another card. And as I spread, I could feel it right away. It's here. It's that thickness. Because as you shuffled, it went and got stuck to another card, but I could feel that. You're going to grab that corner. It's really hard to separate without that shuffle. You're going to pull it apart. You're going to grab another blue card. Random card, doesn't matter. In this case, I'll grab, here, 7 of diamonds. You're going to stick it. This is obviously not in front of your spectator. And now I'm ready to do the trick again. Now, that is the strongest version, but if you don't have the glue yet, you're waiting for it to arrive, I know a lot of you do, but if you don't, check the link in the description and I will show you how to do this without the glue. Not as strong, but, you know, gives you something to practice. I hope you guys enjoyed this epic trick and that you're gonna go out and crush with this, whether it's virtual or live. Let me know in the comments how you intend on using this. Are you gonna do it live or virtually? Also, let me know which of the SKILLSHare classes you're gonna sign up to for free. And I also wanna announce the winner of the contest from 2 weeks ago. So thanks for everyone who entered, and the winner is Panam the Pianist. So thanks so much for entering. Reach out on Instagram for your digital copy of Induction, my DVD that's going to teach you everything you need to know about hypnotizing people. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you on the next one.